Hi. Hi folks.
To make the framed cards, you're going to take a piece of A4 and you're going to cut it into exactly into 2 centimetres of one top and one side only, just the top and just the side, and that then gives you 2 slightly smaller pieces. You like have an A5 card. You will have the instructions by now that you then cut another piece and you end up with 2 pieces slightly smaller, 2 centimetres in, which is about 3/4 of an inch for those in America, unlike Mary NSC, who have not bought themselves a centimetre ruler. Well done, Mary. You can do 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimetres. What you're going to do now is make a score line on the reverse side of your embossed card, and we're going to do box line 1, and sometimes it's easier to work that way because you can actually hold the paper into the butt bar. And all you're going to do now is do a score there, turn it, a score there, all the way round. Now with your second piece, again that's the embossed side, so you want it flipped over. This one you're going to do box line 2 or the equivalent on whatever scoreboard you use. It's to get a slightly different measurement basically, and that gives you the best tip of all is the one that Phyllis gave us, is using your scoreboard and the blade to cut down the groove. And no, it doesn't damage the groove, because I've been using mine quite a lot. That was an excellent one because it keeps you in a straight line and is also safer because you feel you're in a groove when you're cutting. Once you've got them scored, put it back onto your box line 1, and from the corner take a blade and you'll hear a wee click, okay, and you take it straight down the score line to the other corner. Don't go further than that or you'll be right off the end. You get into your line with a wee click. The wee click lets you know you're in the box line. I have to say it's very easy to go squint if you don't get that. Now that gives you a very clean cut aperture, which you just take that part out, and you do exactly the same with your other piece of card, remembering that you've been scored in box 2 this time, and you do exactly the same thing. Catch it straight down. Some are harder to spin there. Down to there, and I always that then leaves you with a frame. Now from the instructions, that was the only frame we were given, but when I was playing about, I decided that if we could use the Cuttlebug folders, we could make a second frame which would be able to use the Cuttlebug folders, because that is enough to cover it. So that takes you from there, plain frames. You then put borders around your frames like so. Now the bottom border is your first one, and only put borders round there, only because it's a waste of time putting it around the other side, because you're going to cover it up and nobody's ever going to see it. So, speaking very slowly, because I must remember to slow down with my Scottish accent so that my friends who cannot understand Scottish too quickly will know what I am talking about. Sorry if I go too fast, but on the narrow one, you're going to be doing borders all the way around. So you've got the whole thing. You can get a roll of really, really cheap foam tape, which is like that. You then just peel off, and a secret for that is give it a little rub with just an ordinary glue stick, because that way when you place it on top of the base one, you've got a little bit of movement for adjusting it. So you'll end up with your frame as being, instead of a single frame, being a double frame. Cuttlebug folders fit behind that beautifully. There's a Cuttlebug folder, so I'm going to just take that one away. And you find if you take a Cuttlebug folder, you will get it to fit behind that perfectly. I've got a black and white decoupage, which I'm going to put in the centre of that one. And when I finish it, I'll put it onto the website so you'll see it close up, which you'll also have the instructions for. Another little tip is, if you go to the website, you'll see there's a new area on the website where Alice has got Genius Hands and Just the Card. And if you go in there, you'll see all the cards that we've made. And if you also go to the blog, you'll see this one when it is fully assembled, because the centre part will be like that. So it's actually very simple, very effective, and you can really do whatever you want in the middle of it. You don't have to use decoupage. You can just put in fancy paper and some message in the middle. Alice has made a smaller one, and I figured out that if you want to do a smaller one on an A6 card, you would only take 1 centimetre off. It's not all the way around, 1 centimetre at the top and 1 centimetre at the side for that size of card. So play about, and it gives you 2 frames, and basically after that you can do whatever you want. Alice has got some vellums which she'll tell you about, because they can also be used. So have you got some there?
Yes, it's not normal vellum, it's a very shiny vellum, and if you look in the blog, you'll see there's 2 cards been made with these backgrounds. And
yes, somebody asked about that.
Oh, it's Rita. Hello, Rita.
Hi, Rita.
Thanks for your comments. But they work out very well. And in this one, actually, after we'd used the Eazi-Score Board for the first line,
yes,
I used the Hoogie board for the second line.
For that one there?
For that one there, because the 2 lines fit the A5 card, but you only use 1 line from the Eazi-Score and 1 line from the Hoogie board for the A6 size.
Well, I've made a square card, and the square card was again. Now I thought with a square card I'd have to take it off all the way around, but you don't. It's still 1 top and 1 side, 1 centimetre off if you've got a square card, as long as you bring your frame slightly smaller. Yeah, Phyllis, there's a little added bit to your book. Instead of having your first frame, you can do the 2 line and give yourself a base frame, and you've given a new depth to your image. So you can have a play with that as well. So,
and you taught it to the craft group just the other week, so 4 of us are now experts. Right?
Somebody did a frame that way.
Yes,
you did.
Yes,
you did.
I had another wee Yorkie dog.
So you don't have to do your card. That you could do your card that way.
And the second one was on top.
And your second one would go on top. That is for today?
I think so. I think we've made it. So we'll say goodbye.
I shall say goodbye.
Bye.